Welcome back to the show. It's your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio. And like I said, I'm super excited to be here on this beautiful Monday morning. All right. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your day is going. Let me know what plans you have for the rest of the day because, the day is still very young. All right. So I hope you have a great day. But before you head into your day, obviously, I want to, have a conversation with you. I want to share my thoughts and share my opinions with you so that when you head into the day to do your work, to, do whatever chores that you have to do, that you're informed about everything that is happening in the world. All right. So that is what Relax Radio is for right now. Before we actually head into our conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that you can text us or call us on 078 Share your thoughts, share your opinions, because I would love to hear everything that you have to say. But also, while you're at it, don't forget to go follow us on our socials, right? Because you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and actually make sure that you are always informed and you're always updated about all of this, right? And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel either. And don't forget to download our app because that's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. All right. And now let's actually talk about, is the world actually running out of vaccines? All right. So this is, in fact, one of the very important conversations that we need to have because it seems like the world is running out of vaccines, right? And this is with the news that the latest or like the earliest that poor countries could have a vaccine by is 2023. All right, that's almost 2 years away. I mean, come on, you possibly can't expect these people to wait until 2023 to get a vaccine. And honestly, how is it fair that poorer countries have to wait so long, but richer countries can just purchase it like overnight? Like, I get that you're rich, but it still does not make it fair that these countries have to bear the brunt of the pandemic, whereas richer countries don't really get to do that. All right, so that is in fact the question that is currently there. All right, so with regard to, is the world running out of vaccines, the answer is yes. Right now, at the moment, there is in fact a vaccine shortage, and obviously this is not something we didn't see coming, right? I mean, obviously, if you have countries like the United States and the United Kingdom and Canada holding up doses and doses of the vaccine, well, it's not really a surprise that there is in fact a shortage in vaccines, right? Because the truth is, what's happening right now is that you have all of these countries that they want to even offer booster doses or booster vaccines, booster jabs to their population, whereas some countries haven't even gotten their first dose. So that is in fact the sad state of the world right now, and that is in fact what is going to happen as well. So just to make sure that you are aware of what is going on and you're aware about this, it's always important for me to keep you updated, right? Because what the committee on or rather the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunization has said or stated is that they're very interested in something called fractional doses, right? Which essentially offers only a limited amount of the vaccine. They don't offer the whole jab, or rather they don't offer the whole dose, just a little bit of the dose. It's called a fractional dose, and that actually helps you to have increased immunity and reduce side effects, right? Now, this is something that's still in the works. This is something they're still figuring out and checking out. So after they get all of the research, after they get all of the necessary information they need, they will then come to the conclusion of what exactly needs to be done. All right, and now we're actually going to head into a small break, and after that we will be back to discuss more of this. So obviously, until then, make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. It is Sarah right here on the Sunrise, and it's in fact the final few minutes of this show. But don't worry, because I'm here to make sure you are always informed and updated about the very latest of everything that we talk about right here on Relax Radio. All right. So now we're actually going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about homophobia. We're going to be talking about the Paralympians and how these are, how these communities that have been oppressed are still being oppressed even in 2021, right? And whether that's actually, not fair, obviously it's unfair, but how that's what kind of outlook it's going to give to a lot of other countries based on the kind of incidents that happen here in the United Kingdom. All right, so that is the conversation we're going to be having. But before I dive into that conversation, I want to very quickly remind you that if you want to share your thoughts, if you want to share your opinions, don't be shy, because I'm not going to bite. All you need to do is just text me or call me on 078 52473473. All right. So share your thoughts, share your opinions, and that would be absolutely amazing, because that way I can actually make sure that you know about all of the things that are happening in the world. All right. And obviously, something else that I need to tell you is to go download the app, because that's available for free on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And you can actually go, follow us on our socials as well, because you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and actually make sure that you're always informed and updated, and you subscribe to our YouTube as well. All right, so that is what is going to happen. Now let's actually talk about the Paralympic problem. What exactly is this Paralympic problem? All right, now Channel 4 is, in fact, obviously we've all heard of Channel 4, right? And Channel 4 is like literally quite known for their ability to do things that you wouldn't normally do, right? Now, Channel 4's successful decade-long mission to make the Paralympics a fixture on primetime TV could actually be cast aside by the new owner, right? And that is if the government sells it to the state, or sells the state-owned broadcaster to the highest bidder, right? And what could essentially happen is then that they would actually stop broadcasting the Paralympics. And that's a big problem, because then we're sort of giving out this message, we're sort of portraying this image that, look, we don't really look, we don't really care, or we don't really consider the Paralympic efforts of the Paralympians as something that's great, right? Because after all, it's a Paralympics, who cares, right? That's the kind of image that it gives us, and that's not something that you want to have, especially because these Paralympians have worked as hard, and I might add twice as hard, to be where they are. So our way of showing our appreciation, the fact that they're heard, the fact that they're seen, and the fact that they're represented is through the Paralympics being broadcasted, right? And that's just one part of the people who are oppressed, right? Now, another community that we obviously need to talk about is, in fact, the LGBTQ community, right? And this is obviously because of the latest appalling homophobic hate crime in Birmingham's gay village, right? Where two people were actually assaulted and they were left to bleed unconscious because of a homophobic attack that happened, right? And with that, we spoke about, it's 2021. We shouldn't be having this kind of things. We shouldn't even be discussing these kind of things, because look, we've evolved so much as humans, right? We have new technology, we have new developments, and with all of that, why is it as human beings that we can't evolve? Why is it that we find it so hard to be accepting of people? What's the whole issue there, right? Because like I said, it's 2021. People are becoming more accepting, people are becoming more inclusive, institutions, companies are being more accepting and inclusive. So we kind of need to understand that right now our environment does not have any place for intolerance, right? Because just because you don't like someone or you don't disagree with someone's lifestyle, you just can't go around violently attacking them, right? Because then no one's going to be safe. Because look, if something I do annoys you, then I'll probably get attacked, right? And that's not the kind of society that we need to live in. That's not the kind of things or the kind of environment that we need to live in. And that is very, very scary. And it's disappointing as well, because it's England, right? And we always value ourselves on the fact that we're more progressive, we're definitely much better than a lot of other conservative countries out there. So if that's the case, then why do we still have a place for violence, violence against against the LGBTQ community, right? So that is what the conversation was about. Now, I hope you had an amazing time with me, and I hope you were informed and updated about everything that we talked about. But don't worry, because I'll be here same time, same place, same frequency tomorrow as well, to keep you updated on the very latest conversation. So until then, make sure you stay tuned, because we'll have so much more interesting conversation after this as well. But make sure to have a good day, and make sure to stay